So I've been using Notion quite a bit, and one of the things that I use Notion for is tracking different YouTube videos that are in progress. So whether we are planning them or filming them or editing them or they're already published, we have a system in Notion to track that entire process. And it kind of works well because I handle one part of this, which is the planning and filming, and then it kind of gets handed over to my editor who edits and publishes these videos. So let's hop right in. And I'm going to show you how I created this. So if you check this out right here, this is essentially the planned YouTube videos, the upcoming YouTube videos that we have planned for the channel. And when I hit editing here, it gives that different sort of view for my editor. And he can change the stage back to filming if it weren't being edited. And of course, it will show up in filming again. And when I am done with planning and filming the video, I just hit editing and it goes over to the editing section. After that, it goes over to published. So we tried a few different things to track this. We tried Google Sheets, we tried Stackby, and those are both pretty good. They both worked well, but we ultimately ended up in Notion because that's where a lot of our other stuff is right now. Another great thing about this is you can actually just open up the page and it will give you the outline of the video. So this is pretty cool as well, and it just gives me a plan for when I am filming the videos. So next I want to show you guys how to actually build this thing. So whether you have a YouTube channel or not, this will be kind of beneficial to see how to use all the different features in Notion, so stick around to the end. And if you're enjoying this video so far, please drop a like, I would really appreciate it. Now I'll also say before I start showing you guys this that I got some inspiration from Thomas Frank. He made a similar video to this. His database is even more robust, so definitely check out his channel and his video on how he tracks his YouTube videos in Notion. Now, let's build this thing. Alright, so what you're going to want to do is you're actually just going to want to create a new page. So I'm going to add a new page to my operations workspace, and I'm just going to name it YouTube Video Tracker. I'm going to add a nice little icon here. The lotion doesn't really fit, so let's use a camera. And then let's add a cover as well. And I'm going to change the cover. I'm going to use Unsplash, and I'm going to go video. Boom. There we go. And just like that, we have a nice little section. I'm going to open this as a page, and then I'm going to turn it into a table. So here we're going to make a column for video name. So video name. Next, you'd want to make a stage column. So this is like what point the video is at. So let's add those different categories that it could be in. It could be planning, filming, could be editing, posting, published. All right, so those are sort of the different stages. Mine gets actually condensed down to just filming, editing. Essentially, there's only two views that we need because the editor handles all of the posting and publishing, and I handle the filming and planning. So these two are kind of bundled together in my system. But you can put as many stages in here as you want. And then I like to make that a little smaller because it doesn't need a ton of space here. You can change the colors so that they're more fitting for the situation. So maybe we just naturally get towards warmer colors or something like that. Or maybe we naturally go from like red, like stop, and then yellow, and then green, and maybe we go blue, purple. That's pretty cool. And then the next thing that I actually do is I keep track of all of my source files over on Google Drive. But if you guys want to, you can just actually put your files right in here. You can add a file and just upload some video files. I like to just keep them on Google Drive because I already have unlimited space over there. So I just usually use the next section as a URL. And I just call this source files. So that after the filming is done, I will just create a folder and then I will link to the folder with a shared link there, just so the editor can access all those clips that I had just recorded. And then next, at minimum, you need like a target posting date. And that is good because it'll kind of give everyone an idea of where the project should be at and how soon it needs to get done. So let's put in the target posting date. And this is great, right? So this pretty much gives us the whole view that the planner would need. So if a video is in planning and filming stage, this is really all they would need for their view. So I'm going to hit add view, and I'm going to call it planning and filming. I'm going to hit create. And now that this is set to planning and filming, I'm actually just going to sort this. So let's put in a few of these attributes just to test this out. All right. So planning and filming and then editing are our stages that are in here. And let's say video 1. If you wanted to come in here and hit open, you could actually edit this and create an outline for each video. And that's pretty cool. Another thing you can actually do is create a template, and this will save you some time. So hit new template. And if you want to, you can just have it so that, you know, it's just a video camera. New video template is what I'm going to name it. And then I'm just going to put in an outline sketch down here. So hook, place to put the hook right here. And then maybe we have body of the video. And then maybe we have call to action if there's a call to action at the end of the video. So those are the sort of different sections of a video. And now I have a template set up. So if I wanted to, I could literally come up here now and I could just hit this new video template. And it'll insert a new one and I can just call it video 4. Okay, and then I can come in and fill this out. So there we go. I would put in planning since that one has not been planned yet. But basically, this is what it'll look like once you have a few videos in here. And that's kind of how you create a template. All right, now that we have some data, this will be useful because I'm going to be able to show you an actual example of how this works. So let's hop into the filter section and hit add filter. I'm going to hit add a filter. And then where stage is planning, and then I'm going to add another filter, or stage is filming, show. Okay, so it's going to show basically where the stage is planning or filming, and if it goes to the editing, so let's say I'm done filming it, the source files get inserted right here. Let's just say that's my source file link. I change it to editing, and boom, it disappears. Okay. So now where does that go? Well, you can always go back to the default view and you can see everything. All of your property columns, all of your different sort of videos, all of your target post dates, everything that's ever been input into here, unless you were to add a filter. But if we wanted to just have a view for editing and posting, we could add a view for that as well. So let's name this one editing and posting and hit create. Now in the editing and posting section, we are going to hit filter and I'm going to add a filter. And this one is going to be stage is editing or stage is posting. So now it's just going to show us the different videos that are in the editing stages, and I'm actually going to add some properties here. So these are going to be checklist items, right? You want to have these sort of quality controls in place to make sure that the videos are really good with the editing and the posting. So SEO research done. Might be a question we asked there, and I'm going to put a checkbox. And then maybe another one that we want to put in is, is this video engaging? And then I like to put a paid one in here, just so I can track if my editor has been paid. So just put paid, and that way he can check that off once he gets paid. And now that is pretty much ready to go. I am going to go back to the planning and filming section. I'm just going to hide these over here because it's not necessary for this person to see these. It's not really going to matter in their view. They just have to enter new video ideas and film them and then put the source files in. But in the editing view, as you can see, they still show up. And then lastly, I want to create a new view for published videos. I'm going to create that. And in the published videos view, it's just going to show where the stage is published. Okay, so right now there's no published videos, but let's say the editor publishes a video and they click that button, it's going to move it over to published. Boom. And we can actually hide these over here too. But if you wanted to add different metrics in here or maybe different notes in here for published videos or keywords targeted, maybe you could put keywords targeted. You can do something like that. But aside from that, like you kind of have these different stages now, and it's really nice because you can kind of flow all of your videos through here and keep different people engaged on different parts of the process. Now, another view that you can add is you can add a Kanban board. And this is really nice to just see where all the videos are at in general. So I'm just going to keep it as board view. I'm going to hide the no stage. For the most part, this looks good now. So this is simple, right? It's just based on where the stage is. Like, is it in planning? Is it in filming, editing, posting, published? It just gives you that high level view of where all the projects are. So it's super nice to just go in here and get a pulse. And you can kind of drag videos as you go as well. So that's nice too. So that's how we track our YouTube videos. If you enjoyed this video, please drop a quick like and subscribe if you want to see more videos like this in Notion. I'll see you guys in the next one.